Good morning. Welcome to the Community for Conscious Living Weekly Live broadcast. Today is Sunday, November 19th of 2023. We are going into our Thanksgiving week here in the United States, and today we're going to talk about gratitude. The Community for Conscious Living is a community dedicated to personal transformation for universal harmony, healing the planet by making inspired changes in ourselves and in our daily lives that create a sustainable environment in a peaceful world. So, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Gratitude is one of those beautiful practices that can, it's like, say, oh, well, just be grateful for everything, be grateful for everything. And, why there is some, uh, well, no, there's a lot of truth in what gratitude can really do to transform your being, inner and outer, and to transform your life and how you live it. And yet sometimes we can't just go straight to gratitude, right? It's like doing that spiritual bypass thing they call it, of pretending everything is like love and light and all okay. And so we just kind of like sidestep everything and say, "Oh, I'm grateful and everything's wonderful," and expect everything to transform. But I want to talk specifically today. Last week we talked about 3 steps to find or add meaning to your life. And those 3 steps were to begin with intention, right? Based on 3 quotes from Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi, that if you he said, intention is what gives meaning to your actions. So if you start every day with intention, then that gives meaning to your actions, right? You're living, you're acting, you're doing, you're being with intention. And so you're moving through life with intention. And intention, you can't always control the outcome of things, but you can go into what you do and where you be and how you be and who you be with intention, with pure intention, intention of heart, and that really does make a difference. And then when the outcomes, life happens, and whatever, however it goes, whether it's just better than you could have ever imagined, or not as good, or whatever life throws or plants onto your path, shall we say it that way? Um, then reflection, interpretation, how you interpret it is what gives meaning to your life. So your intention gives meaning to your actions, interpretation gives meaning to your life. And then there's a third quote from Ibn Arabi that says that you don't actually receive your blessings until you have counted them, right? Until you have taken account of them and really integrated them into your being, into who you be, how you be, your life, right? And all the way into the cellular consciousness so that the blessings you're receiving, rather than just saying, oh, that was so nice, gratitude, 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 you're really taking it in and saying, oh, yes, I acknowledge that. I am taking account of that, and I'm really going to let that in at the deepest level of my being and allow those blessings, those gifts to become a part of me. And when we allow our gifts and our blessings to become a part of us, then that transforms us. It has the power to transform us. And it's a beautiful opportunity there. So that is where we are going to focus today. So let's go ahead and come into our meditation and healing circle, sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee. And this is a good one for me today because if you were here when I first came on, I was a little bit frazzled because of last minute family things that are coming up. As most of you know, I live with my dad, who is now 101 years old. And there's always last minute things. As my Nora Laird, if you know her, she used to say that her mom used to say that I'm too old to buy unripe bananas. And sometimes I feel like that with my dad. And I feel like, how can I make plans for anything? And let alone commitments. And yet I've been saying that for 6.5 years that I've been living with him. And I have learned to make the commitments because chances are you are going to be able to fulfill those commitments. And when things come up, you deal with it. But, and I dealt with it this morning by being a little bit late, showing up a little frazzled. So, Let's come into our meditation and healing circle, sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee, coming together as one. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. So let's bring everything, all of our attention, our eyes, ears, nose, mouth, throat, heart, and hara, right? That ball of energy at the front of your belly space. Just bring everything to face into the center of the circle. All of our focus and attention to be here, to be present, and really facing into this pole of light that streams into the center of our circle, right? And Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. And just imagine, perceive, feel this light streaming in and really surrounding you and all of the space in front of you and all the way around you, holding you in light. And let this light absorb into your skin. And with your breath, as you inhale, draw this light in through your pores all the way into the core of your body. Light is cleansing, it's purifying, it's illuminating, it's awakening. Light is it carries, I want to say it carries the mysteries of creation, but it is the creation. As God said, let there be light, right? What does that mean? It's the light of creation. It's more than just the sun. It's the light of creation. And let this light of creation that is cleansing, purifying, illuminating, awakening, just let this pour down around you and surround you. Breathe it in through your pores all the way into your core. Absorb it all the way into your body and let it travel through. Like to think of it going through the neurological pathways, resetting all the little electrical bits in your body, like resetting your computer, cleaning up your hard drive, taking out all the programs you don't need and all of the old files that are stored there that you don't need. Let it clean all of that up and reset your programming to the original light of creation, which really contains the truth of what this creation is and what we're here to learn about it, to know about it. And while we're on this pure divine light, just imagine and feel this pure divine light streaming into the top of your head. And if you're sitting up, or even if you're lying down, elongate your spine and just feel that line from the top of your head runs all the way through the very center of your body, halfway front to back, halfway side to side, all the way through. It's along that center channel, the front of your spine, all the way through and through your base, like bringing heaven and earth together through this light that runs through your body. As you are a bridge between the worlds, you are a spirit integrated into an earth body, a body that's made of all these beautiful elements of the earth, of the particulate matter of our universe. You are heaven on earth, right in your body. So just feel that light coming through the top of your head. And just like really trace it, like draw it in. Use your intention and your energy to really draw it in and move it through the top of your head, along the center channel of your body, the vertical core, and all the way. Just imagine it tracing along the front of your spine, all the way through and through your pelvic floor. Be and it is, kun fayakun. And again, as you breathe, inhale in, breathe that light all the way into the center. Exhale, drop down and land into your pelvic bowl and just let that light be through your center. And again, facing everything straight ahead. So all of you is together, facing in the same direction, right? Focusing on your source. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate, together let's call on our source. We call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your unconditional love and just imagine this pure unconditional love streaming into the center of our circle, and let your heart center, that funnel that extends from the front of your heart space, let that face directly into this stream of unconditional love, and just let it, this funnel, tip up and receive that unconditional love streaming in through your heart center, and just let it like stream all the way through your heart center and meet that vertical core of light, and just pour that unconditional love through your heart into that vertical core of light. And just let your heart center really become clear. If you need to, if your heart's feeling a little guarded, you can tap around your heart center to help to loosen up that guardedness. Open and receive, receive, receive. And again, use your breath so that you inhale and your heart center is like a breathing portal, and you're inhaling through your heart center all the way deep into your chest. And as you exhale, you can just blow out any of the clutter or any of the blocks or barriers that hang out in your heart space. And Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Breathing in that unconditional love, and just let your energy body, your conscious body, lean back into your spine. And like from that place in the back of your heart, just like let that drink in and drink in this unconditional love all the way through your heart, all the way into the back of your heart, leaning into that space. And breathe in through your heart center, drinking in that unconditional love, letting that just travel with that pure divine light through your vertical core, letting your whole core, vertical core of your body, filling with pure divine light and unconditional love. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate, we call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your eternal compassion. And just eternal means outside of time and space, but never separate or never outside of time and space. Right? So it is the compassion, it's the ocean of living consciousness that is the truth of the consciousness of this existence, of the greater existence. This poet Rumi says, you are not a drop in the ocean, you're the ocean in a drop. It is your ocean of living consciousness. It is the ocean of living consciousness of our entire existence. It is the womb of compassion that holds and contains everything in and within this existence. So let that ocean of living consciousness flow through your being, right? Let it just flow through you. Your being of light and love. Let your entire being rest into this ocean of compassion, and just allow yourself to be the ocean to flow through you. The poet Rumi again says, these forms we seem to be are cups floating in an ocean of living consciousness. We think we are these forms. We think we are our bodies. But what we are is ocean, too near to see, though we swim in it and drink it in. It says, don't be the cup with the dry rim, or someone who rides all night, never realizing the horse beneath his thighs or the surge that carries him along. So don't be the cup with the dry rim. Really let yourself drop in. Let yourself be carried by the surge that moves you through this beautiful ride that you're on this planet. And let the ocean really flow through you and move through you. If you want to like loosen up your body, let your body flow with the ocean as the ocean moves through you. Don't be the cup with the dry rim. Be the open cup and let yourself submerge into the ocean where you are held in loving compassion. You are held in loving compassion. You're a being of light and unconditional love and compassion. You are a being of compassion, and you are floating in an ocean of compassion. You are held, you are loved, you are contained, you are supported, you are accepted fully and completely, exactly where you are as you are, because you could not be any other place or any other way. You do not ever have to fix yourself first to be worthy of unconditional love. Love is unconditional, which means there are no conditions on it. It loves unconditionally. It loves because it's what it is. That is what love is. This is the pure love of Source that is a part of your life force energy. It is a part of your consciousness. It's a part of your breath. It's a part of your heartbeat. It's a part of all of the rhythms, natural rhythms of your body, of your heart, of your mind, of your soul, of your spirit. It is who you are. It is what you are. Kun fayakun, be, and it is. Let it be. So let's take a couple of breaths. Breathe. And as you inhale, draw all of the parts of yourself, all of your energy into the vertical core of your body. And as you exhale, drop down and land into your pelvic bowl, like sit into your hips and lean back into your spine. All right, we'll do that again. Inhale, draw all of your energy into the vertical core, the core central channel of your body. Exhale, drop down, land into your hips, sit into your pelvic bowl, lean back into your spine, and just breathe. Let your breath come from that space behind your heart. Breathe with that breath that sits behind your heart. And you can exhale with a ah, or any other sound you want to make. Whatever feels like it wants to come out of your body. Just let it move, let it resonate, let it sound, let it be. And today our focus is on gratitude. This Thursday in the United States is our holiday of Thanksgiving. And it is a time that reminds us of gratitude. Just like, sometimes we talk about Mother's Day, one day of the year, Father's Day, one day of the year, gratitude, one day of the year. They're not really one day of the year, they're everyday things. Everyday things. So I want to talk to you today about, the practice of gratitude, because we hear a lot about, oh, well, if you start every day with gratitude, you're, going to have a better life. Yes, this is true. End every day with gratitude. If you see everything with gratitude, yes, you're going to have a better life. So I want to talk about how to actually really make that work for you in a way that you can really receive all of the blessings that are showered on you as best as we can know from our physical space. To really receive the blessings and let them become a part of you, integrate them into who you are, right? Because they're not just here to like get you wet and then you dry off, right? They're not just like taking a shower and then you towel off. Oh, that water felt good. And then you towel it off and towel in the dryer because you don't want to be wet, right? This is water of the blessings that just absorb all the way into your body, nourish your cells, and actually like evolve your cells. So the blessings become a part of your cellular consciousness, not just your mental knowledge or, oh, that's a remembered experience, but it becomes an integrated and experience where you take the wisdom of it and the beauty of it and everything that you're here to receive from it, and you integrate it all the way into that vertical core, all the way into every cell of your being. So it becomes that your subconscious and your conscious and your material physical self, and it is part of the light that then is emanated from you as you walk this planet. So take a minute and recall a blessing, some blessing that you've received in your life that you want to acknowledge. The Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi, who is the great Sufi sheikh from the 1100s and 1200s, he said, one of his quotes is that you don't actually receive your blessings until you have counted them. And does that mean, I mean, sit there and go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's talk about what it means to count them, right? To really take into your body and take account of them on a super conscious level. Because it's true, blessings fly by all the time. We may or may not see them or receive them or have any note or knowledge of them. So just, you've heard that where you put your focus and attention is where you are, right? I mean, it's, and you think about like when people have out of body experiences or near death experiences, that they have that experience. They report having that experience of being pure consciousness. And where you put your consciousness, where you focus your attention, that's where you are. And you can move about in those ways. Well, from this body, you don't feel it in the same way, but the same is true. Where you focus your attention, that's where it brings your spirit. And if you truly pay attention, I'm saying you, I'm adding myself in there too, if we really pay attention, we can see specific signs every day that the universe is there supporting you to be the person that you're here to be. So if you really, start each day with like tapping into that light and love and compassion, and hopefully by now you've downloaded my 15-minute guided meditation that you can do every morning that helps you to tap into that pure divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion that is the core of who you are. Or you may have some other practice that really helps you to tap in. And from there you say, I intend for this day, right? I make an intention for this day. And you go about your actions. You will notice, right? This is what's important to do reflection at the end. You'll notice, oh, wow, there was this little sign that showed up. There's this little sign, this little thing that happened today. That is a sign that the universe is really supporting me, that my intention, there is support for me to really live into this intention today. And then make a note, write it down. Like, yes, like writing it down is a very powerful thing, right? Because there's a circuitry that flows through our bodies when we write down. It's like, yes, I get it. I saw it. I witnessed it. I'm acknowledging it on my mental level, bringing it into that level of consciousness. I'm really taking it in and reflecting on the meaning of it and what that supported for me, what that did for me. what that gave to me. And then I am like bringing it from thoughts to heart and out the arm and to the paper where my eyes can see it and take it in. It's like this whole neurological circuitry that involves multiple senses, right? And like you really take that in and make a count of it. Like, wow. So if you have thought of a, a blessing that you've received recently or at some point in your life, let's do that now. If you have a pen and paper, take a minute and write it down. What is that blessing that you received? Take a minute and write that down. And let's reflect on it. Reflect on it. What did it look like? How did you recognize it? What did you notice? Right? Just this is like from the sensory perception, from eyes, ears, nose, mouth, thoughts, right? From your sensory perceptions, what did you perceive that told your body, your vessel, here's a blessing for you, or something that answered an intention that you'd set for yourself? And then you take that in on the sensory level, on the thought level. Bring that in. What does, like, how does that make you feel? And bring it into your heart. Like, breathe it all the way in. Let it come into your heart space and breathe with it in your heart. And put your hand over your heart and just feel into it. When you receive that, how do you feel? What does that give to your heart? Hmm. You can take a minute and write that down. When I receive this blessing, I feel. And feelings are very important. Very, very, very crucially important to your spiritual journey. Right? When we're in this material realm, a lot of times we're taught it's not safe to feel, and there's a lot of good reasons for that. But on your spiritual journey, and whether it's your healing journey, your enlightenment journey, your illumination journey, your feelings are vitally important because they give you information. They tell you about your heart, right? Your heart is that center where the breath of spirit breathes through and gives you incredible knowledge and wisdom through your heart. Your heart is the knower. We think the mind is the knower. The mind is not the knower. The mind is basing all of its knowledge on what happened before and what might happen in the future. The heart has the spiritual knowledge, the true knowing. So bringing that into the heart, your feelings, right? That's how we experience our heart, is through our feelings. And when we shut down our feelings, we block our ability to really feel into the heart. But when you let yourself, allow yourself to feel, you're opening up that portal. Because underneath your feelings, right? If you've written down what your feelings are, you breathe into that and fall back, like fall deeper into your heart, back into your heart. This is just about you and your own internal space and your own connection with your source and your innermost depth of your being. When you feel, what does that tell you about like what you need as a human being or a spirit being in a human body, a human spirit? What does that tell you about what you need as a human spirit? Breathe that in. You can write that down too. When I receive this blessing, I feel, and I'm grateful for this because I need, and this teaches me about what I value, right? That's that next layer. Underneath the need is what's your value system, what's important to you. This teaches me about what I value. What is important to you about this? What do you value? What does it teach you about your value system, your integrity as a human being? Take that in. Write that down. And breathe that in all the way in deeper into your heart. And again, let yourself fall in deeper into your heart space. Underneath your value system tells you about what you know, right? What is this informing you about an inner knowing? We talked about love and compassion and light being a part of your breath, your heartbeat, your rhythms, natural rhythms of your body. It's your deepest inner knowing. It's that which connects you with the laws of nature. They're all around you. It's your deep inner wisdom, your deep inner knowing. And this pathway through the heart is what really connects you in with that. So when you receive these blessings, what is it telling you about what you know to be true at the depths of your being? And take that in. And just feel that as that like aligns and resonates in your heart, the depth of your being, and just, that part of your body that just says, oh, yes, yes, I get this. I feel this. This is right for me. This is true for me. This is how you really find what's true for you, what's right for you. We're all here to walk our own path and to learn what we're here to learn, and what's coming through for you may be very different from what's coming through for me, and that's okay, because this is your path, your journey to the center of yourself. This tells you about what you know, and really breathe that all the way in now to that vertical core. Let it merge with this inner light. As you drop down, land into your pelvic bowl center. That is your I am center, who you be. So let that wisdom from your heart drop in and land into your pelvic bowl, who you be. Land and lean. Again, elongate your spine and lean into the back of your spine, or into the front of your spine. Like leaning into that space. Like you're sitting into your hip. You're leaning into your spine. You're feeling that space behind your heart. And breathe and be. This tells you who you are, who you were created to be, what you're here to be and to do, and to, in our human journey. It's a spiraling journey, right? We're spiraling all of the time. And we spiral through our experiences that take us, like separate us from our knowing of ourselves and return us to our knowing of ourselves, and separate us from our knowing of ourselves and return us to our knowing of ourselves. Always spiraling. And that spiraling it's like creation happening all the time. It's not a one and done. It's happening all the time. It's continuously spiraling. And we're always evolving into, as we move along that journey, right? And we learn more about ourselves and we distance and we learn a little more about ourselves, and we find another place where we've distanced and we learn more about ourselves and find another place where we've distanced. And every time coming to be a clearer representative of spirit and form, God willing. So as you return to know, and you really anchor into being, right? You be, sit into your pelvic bowl and be. I am. I am. You can even state an I am affirmation for yourself now as you hold that. Who are you? What does this tell you about who you are? Who are you? I am. And feel that as you really drop in and anchor into your pelvic bowl. You've got that, like your pelvic bowl, like a bowl, right? Literally like a bowl. And right in the center, halfway front to back, halfway side to side of that circle that sits into, imagine a circle sitting into your pelvic bowl. And right there, you can feel that, like it's about 3 or 4 fingers beneath your belly button, right? You've got that sacral center there, and halfway front to back, you've got this incredible wellspring of life force energy there, that creative life force. And you feel yourself anchor into that space and let that, your vertical core align your heart with that space. So you're feeling, you're anchoring into your I am, and this is how you be who you are created to be, and that is aligned with your heart space, right? Let your heart center, that inner wisdom, that is your knowing of who you are and what this world is about. Like, let that really drop in and anchor into who you be. So you're really grounding it into your body. And this vertical core of light that goes all the way through your body. It's like you've got your I am and you're sitting in it, and your knowing of your heart is really feeding in to that knowing of who you are. And that is traveling along this vertical core all the way up to your head. Right? And your head, your thoughts, your brains, everything is here to be in service to the knowing of your heart and the being that you are here created to be. The mind does not have to be a servant to what happened in the past that we either want to or don't want to happen in the future, right? Because that's kind of how the mind serves right now, or for the most part. Invite the mind to be in service to what is the wisdom in the heart and who you are created to be, the true being, and how the mind wants to serve that part of you to move in the world. Not based on what happened yesterday or what that may have created in your body, not fears or anxieties or anticipations of what you want or don't want to have happen in the future, but who you are created to be and how that part of you wants to move in the world. Kun fayakun, be, and it is. So just let that travel. You don't really have to think it. To let the light and the energy travel through your body, it will automatically transform you. Right? So let that light travel through your body. But you can set your intention and use your will and your consciousness to really let yourself anchor in that pelvic bowl, line and lean into the back of your heart center, and let that energy travel through your vertical core. Be who you are here to be, and let that emanate from that light body into every cell of your body. You can invite every cell of your body to open and receive and drink in this consciousness, this truth of who you are. And let every cell of your body take that in the deep cellular consciousness level. Your cells already know. They've been programmed and patterned. So let that patterning, just let them be cleansed and purified of any of the old programs, and let them take in this information on the deep cellular consciousness of who you are created to be, the wisdom of your heart, the light that is the core of your being, and invite your cellular consciousness to take this in as a deep part of your knowing, transforming who you may have been conditioned to think you are to be who you truly are and what you are created to be at this point in time in your life. Kun fayakun, be and it is. Be and it is. And from this place, acknowledging again the signs that the universe is here to support your journey on this earth, to be who you are created to be, to do what you're created to do, to have what you're created to have. And now let your heart face this and just bow in gratitude. Bow in gratitude. And really acknowledge the positive signs, take them in completely, and bow in gratitude. Let them really transform your being and the cellular consciousness and the makeup of who you are and what you're created to be. Kun fayakun, be and it is. And if you've been with us before here, where we've used this process, or in my programs where we use this process in healing, we use it to heal the patterns of discontent in the places that feel they've been misguided. And today we used it in a little bit different way. And hope this has been helpful for you, beneficial for you. I trust. So let's continue to breathe that in, rest into it, really let it absorb into the very center of every cell of your body. Receiving, receiving, receiving. Being, being, being. Again, you don't truly receive your blessings until you have counted them. Take account of your blessings on a daily basis. Where you put your consciousness, that is where you are. So you put yourself on that trajectory of the positive signs, the intentions, and we said start every day with intention, because intention is what gives meaning to your actions. End every day with reflection, because how you interpret whatever happened on that day is what gives meaning to your life, right? Again, where you put your consciousness, that's where you are. And I go back to that picture of the guy I saw on the news when in the California wildfires, and the guy was being interviewed by the media as his house was burning down behind him across the street, and is this giant inferno. And of course, the newscaster says, "Oh my goodness! And what are what's happening for you? How do you feel about your house burning down behind you?" And whereas most people would have been, just crying and falling and everything, this guy says, "Well, the difference between an adventure and a disaster and an adventure is attitude. And I'm going to make this an adventure." So, that's just an example of how interpretation can really change your life, right? How you interpret what's happening in your day. That gives meaning to your life. And looking at, recognizing the positive signs that whatever intention you've set to be who you're here to be, to live into what you're here to live into, whatever intention you've set, how you interpret then the outcome, and looking for where are the positive signs? What are the blessings that came in today? Count your blessings in order to truly receive them. Take account of them in every cell of your being and be in gratitude. Gratitude. This will transform your life. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. So, um, I thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here today. And I wish you, whether you're celebrating Thanksgiving Day or not, I wish every day for you to be a happy day of Thanksgiving, a beautiful, fruitful day of Thanksgiving. I'll go ahead and wrap up our meditation and healing circle for now, and we can open for Q&A, sharing, discussion, whatever you would like to share. If you're on the phone, you can press *2. If you're on the webcast, you can type into the chat box there, and I'll get to your questions or your comments. And if you're on Facebook, there's a link there that you can click on to join us for Q&A. We don't record this part. And if you are listening to the recording, you're invited to join us live on Sundays at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. U.S. Pacific Time. You can find information for joining us live at communityforconsciousliving.com, communityforconsciousliving.com. While you're there, sign up to receive the reminders and replays. And when you do, you'll receive 2 free gifts. I mentioned one, the 15-minute downloadable guided meditation to help you connect in with that pure divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion that is the core of your being. And the other one is a 1-sheet that's 10 spiritual principles of our human existence that remind you of what this world is about, who we are, why we're here, what's going on here in this place that sometimes seems really out of alignment with that light and love and compassion that is the truth of who you are. So it's just a nice way to remind you and help you to kind of stay aligned and set intention on your day as you are here to become a clearer and clearer representative of spirit in form. All right, I thank you very much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you next week or on the Q&A that we're about to start. Thanks.